Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Nova Yuswanasari dengan NPM 19030037 dari Program Studi Pendidikan Geografi 19B. Baiklah, dalam video ini saya akan membacakan jurnal tentang regional dan perencanaan kota dalam bahasa Inggris guna memenuhi tugas aplikasi bahasa Inggris. A new development model for traditional craft village in urban fringes. A case study in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Abstract. Experiencing the impact of rapid urbanization, industrialization, and modernization, traditional village of many Asian cities face the risk of encroachment or function changes. Besides providing jobs for people in the region, traditional craft village also bring work opportunities for migrant, material provider, salespeople, and other ancillary service providers. In the rapid process of urban sprawl, many traditional craft villages in peri-urban areas that capture heritage values are gradually and in danger of disappearing. Therefore, an urgent concern in how to protect traditional village and traditional residential areas threatened by urbanization. Ho Chi Minh City is a large metropolis in economic, financial, trading, modern industrial, and service activities. There are still many handicraft activities in Ho Chi Minh City, especially traditional occupation, with more than 60 handicrafts distributed over 19 trade villages. Many traditional villages have been acrossed and demolished to make place for new development as a result of speedy urbanization. This paper reports a qualitative study using a Mises method, which includes literature review and comparison, mapping, and observation based on analyzing the current situation of traditional craft village and identifying the advantages and disadvantages of two craft village models. This paper proposed a new development model for craft village in the urban fringes of Ho Chi Minh City. Introduction. Under the threat of urbanization, preserving traditional village and settlement is an essential task regarding urban heritage conservation goals. In the Vietnam's context, this issue has gained great urgency. Ho Chi Minh City is a typical example. With rapid urbanization, urban space, and continuously expanding to rural areas. As a consequence, many traditional villages have been demolished and replaced by new urban development to deal with urbanization issues, to improve the efficiency of urban land use, to maximize economic benefit, and to create a modern development image. This encroachment continues despite traditional craft village bringing many benefits to people living in suburban areas. The research chose Ho Chi Minh City as case study location. Ho Chi Minh City is the largest urban center in Vietnam, with bustling economic, financial, commercial, and service activities for modern and specialist industries. However, besides modern economic activities, there are also many traditional economic activities. Ho Chi Minh City has more than 60 handicraft industries concentrated in 19 trade villages. However, in some historically famous craft villages, only a handful of small businesses have survived. For example, the Iskan in Cairns making village in Binh Can district or Dam Nan village in Tu Duc district name is a special Vietnam food. Some households in traditional village are also in basket weaving, cushion knitting, rice paper production, pottery, and brick making. Today, Ho Chi Minh City retains traditional residential communities such as Phu Dien Hip End or At Denver, Pap Gari or dry noodles, Bai Hin or weaving, Rich Lo or railway jam, Sulun or pottery. Figure 1 and 2. These craft villages are from 50 to 100 years old. From example, Baihin Weaving Village or Losen Weaving Village was established by people from Quang and Quang Ngai. Traditional craft village provide job for local people, migrants, material providers, salespeople, and other ancillary service providers. Puto Glass Village bring income for bottle collector. Tan Swan and Baihin Weaving Village create job for dyers. Puto Tannery Village creates job for painter and leather polish. The communities of craft village have a local cultural lifestyle, local occupation characteristic, and a local ethnic spirit. The craft village structure reduce society negative effect and enhance local cultural life. Unlike other cultural historical sites, this village can be considered to be living heritage. Therefore, if the city government has appropriate police and management mechanism to protect and enhance the value of traditional craft village product in market, it will ensure sustainable urban development. Main characteristics of the peri-urban area. All peri-urban areas go through a rapid urbanization process. This expansion of new urban areas has led to conversion of agricultural land into urban land. In the Ho Chi Minh City context, the region starting from rural to urban areas will experience strong fluctuation and transformation and take on new function. This creates a mixture of economic, social, and lifestyle factors from urban and rural areas. At this time, suburban areas have the following main features. Firstly, in terms of spatial planning, peri-urban areas benefit from urban economic activities compared to rural areas. Peri-urban areas have better infrastructure network for transportation, communication, electricity, and water. Moreover, these areas have a high level of adaptation when they turn into new urban areas. However, there are also differences between peri-urban areas and urban centers in some sectors, including service facilities, employment opportunities, quality of education, and quality of life. Secondly, in terms of demographic, peri-urban areas are inhabited by local people and immigrants from rural areas. Urbanization led to millions of farmers moving to cities to find new jobs. However, because of their low level of education and work skill deserved in the competitive job market, low income, low access to housing, and lack of social network in urban areas are the main reason why work choose to settle in suburban areas. People living in peri-urban areas who are landowner can work in agriculture or have accommodation to rent out. Thus, local people and immigrants from rural areas become neighbors. Thirdly, in terms of economic and cultural benefit, the existing traditional village in Ho Chi Minh City do not have these job issues because traditional occupation have simple requirements with few legal constraints for labor. The workforce for traditional jobs is diverse, including elderly, children, illiterate people, and disabled people. Thus, job security in insured unemployment is reduced and social evils are limited. Hence, traditional villages provide economic and cultural benefit and contribute to social stability. The above show that peri-urban areas have special economic, social, and political characteristics. The position of peri-urban craft village in relation to the city has not been fully addressed in previous research. A development model specifically for craft village in suburban areas should focus on analyzing the interaction between rural and central urban areas. In this study, two existing models for traditional pre-urban craft village were analyzed. After that, a new, more flexible and dynamic model is proposed taking into account the need for cooperation in conservation and development. Current development models. The proactive model is a spontaneous and proactive development model for local people. This model is based on behavior of individuals who want to change their real estate properties and renovate a village for better profit at a minimum cost. It is difficult for the local or upper level government to interfere in urban planning and management. The first reason for this is household registration policy, which makes a distinction between urban household and rural household. Families with an urban household registration often benefit more than families with a rural household registration in terms of subsidies for housing, healthcare, and education, among others. The traditional village in the outskirts of Ho Chi Minh City, such as Binley Loi Artsat Village, Handicraft Flower Village, or Binloi Insan Village of Ho Chi Minh City are examples of these active models. Because of the rapid urbanization and the advantageous location, local people in peri-urban areas have developed new residential are quickly, so the image of traditional village has changed. However, in the context of dynamic development in the inevitable that spontaneous rental housing construction has serious negative impact. Over the past decade, these areas have become bustling construction sites. Most families have expanded or renovated their houses for renting out. Historical buildings in these areas are under risk of demolition. Spontaneous development without management leads to conflict of personal interest and causes complex social problems. The proactive model brings economic benefit for individual local inhabitants, but is detrimental to the community. The cultural value of the village is lost, heritage value is destroyed, and the local authority cannot control the socio-economic activities in the area. Recommended new development model for traditional craft village in peri-urban areas. Analyzing the two current models, the active model is a classic bottom-up operational model, while the passive model is a classic top-down operational model. But models cannot protect the efficiency of traditional craft village in suburban areas. These two models only take into account rural or urban interests without managing their relationship in a sustainable way and in view of long-term goals. In other words, these two models do not bring benefit for both rural and urban areas. Therefore, the present study proposes a flexible model for renewing traditional village in suburban areas called the joint development models. The result team particularly emphasizes flexibility and resilience in adapting to urbanization as essential for the renewal of traditional craft village in peri-urban areas. In general, the operational viewpoint is based on cooperation in development. Cooperation of different parties has mutual impact, affecting each other's development. To achieve mutual benefit for both parties, it is necessary to balance the advantage of a multipolar relationship. Some benefit can be prioritized for only one side according to the context. The model of the renewal of traditional craft village in peri-urban areas is based on cooperation while respecting the existence and development of both urban and rural areas. The main characteristics of the new models are 1. In terms of urban space, the renovation process needs to optimize the spatial structure between the urban and suburban areas. 2. In terms of time, the transition needs to be a long-term, continuous process, avoiding discrete transformation. 3. In terms of implementation, methods of urban and rural areas need to be planned in view of transformation and adaptation. These joint development models adapt itself to the development demands of the urban and rural areas, balancing the benefit of future development for each. It is essential to renovate traditional villages in the peri-urban area. The joint development models is described in the Igreja diagram in Figure 8. A multi-sectoral collaborative organization structure is established, which includes citizen, government, investor, and immigrant. A mutual exchange and supervision mechanism is applied to establish the right and obligation of the different stakeholders. At the same time, a transitional zone between the rural and urban areas is created. This zone is the transfer space between the traditional craft village and the urban center. Without this transitional space, the traditional village will be encroached by a wave of urbanization, superpolice of low interest bank loans, conversion of agricultural land, mortgage land transfer, and funding for traditional village rebuilding and employment will be applied to ensure long-term and sustainable benefit. In the joint development models, traditional villages are considered the standing area, while the transformation or development area is considered the receiving area. When part of the village are officially transformed into a receiving area, the village will be protected against spontaneous development under the impact of the real estate market. At the same time, the receiving area has the role of harmonizing the relationship between the urban and rural areas, increasing the value of peri-urban lands. The government supports the receiving area through specific policies such as reducing tax or providing credit loans and project loans to improve the quality of life and quality of the living environment in the traditional village. In summary, the basic principle of these cooperation models is to promote the interaction and development of urban and rural areas through the establishment of a buffer zone. The aim of this zone is to protect cultural heritage, maintain social foundation, limit social risk, provide reasonable prices, accommodation for immigrants, and create job opportunities for local people. Conclusion: Pre-urban areas play a vital role as a buffer zone that regulate the relationship between urban, rural, and areas. Pre-urban issues resulting from rapid urbanization need to be examined and specific values need to be identified to propose a provide conservation solution and ensure sustainable development in the future. Traditional craft villages are vulnerable in the process of urbanization of rural areas. In this context, cultural and traditional heritage conservation is challenging. How to preserve traditional village under the pressure of rapid urbanization is a critical question related to conservation in Vietnam's urban areas. It is urgently needed to find ways to balance economic benefit and social benefit, distinguishing between short-term benefit and long-term benefit. As a result, appropriate development models should be established specifically for small and vulnerable craft village undergoing rapid urbanization in order to distribute benefit among stakeholders fairly. Based on the above result, the joint development models to protect traditional craft village in peri-urban areas West proposed this innovative model is flexible to meet the development needs of the different sites and brings benefit to different stakeholders. The development needs of the different sites and brings benefit to different stakeholders. The mobilization of investment capital from urban areas is carried out through intermediary organizations and individuals to ensure effectiveness in the operational process. The focus on protection and conserving traditional cultural heritage. Research on this joint development model for traditional village in Ho Chi Minh City was conducted on a small scale. This research aimed to provide a foundation for the innovation and sustainable development on traditional peri-urban village in Ho Chi Minh City in particular and urban areas in Vietnam in general.